going to get a third queen anyway. So yeah, I want to poke in here, see if he's really sentry heavy. If he is, he probably doesn't have much else in the way of tech. And at some point here, going to definitely want to sacrifice an overlord to make sure I am abreast or I know what he's doing. I didn't see any gateways go down or any of that nonsense, so. A lot of Stargate play. Alright, so here's his gateways. And does he not have warp gate tech? Be interesting if he didn't. So it looks like we might have Blink coming up. So I'm going to handle that with Roaches and Hydras. Could also be a DT. So I'm going to make sure that I have Spore Crawler down here as well. And I'm going to spread a little bit more creep. And looks like he's finally going to be pushing out here. I'm going to go ahead and get Overlord speed. Make sure I'm keeping up with my injects and upgrades. So at this point, he's just got these Blink Stalkers. Not going to do so hot against my Hydralisks. But if he decides to get up a Robo, or if he goes for Storms, definitely good against Hydras. I want to continue to spread this creep. Storms not so hot if your units are able to move. So creep spread, very important. And I'm just going to try to get to 200-200 and push out with Roaches and Hydras. So there's the DTs. Going to go ahead and save my save some of my drones, and in comes an Overseer. Going to create another queen and hopefully save this hatchery. Alright, so now I know that I'm going to need some static defense down here. And he spent a lot on those DTs, so feeling pretty good. He didn't do too much damage. Just want to continue to spread creep. He's going to be a little bit late on his Robo, just because he spent so much gas and minerals on these different techs. So if I max out with Roaches and Hydras, should do quite well. And need to probably take a fourth at some point. He's going to be on a third shortly here. We will sacrifice an Overlord and see what's coming. Looks like just a lot more gateways. And I kind of want to push out here before he has much of anything. Looks like storms are at least going to be coming. But my creep spread's still a little low, and I'm not maxed out. So I'm going to max out on roaches, check my upgrades, and see if I'm waiting on anything. I want to see if he's got storms. He does. Looks like he's got about 4 of them. And cannot get supply blocked. That was sort of to be expected. So as soon as these overlords pop, I'm going to be going for max out on roaches. Keep up with my injects, and then I'm going to hit. I'm going to be a little bit behind on bases. And I'm going to make sure that I have enough overseers as well. So he's pushing out, and I want to try to get into a good concave. Roaches in front, hydras in the back. And then I need to pull back anytime storms happen and continue to remax. And he's not feeling so hot, so he's got a few storms, but for the most part, Hydra is going to be kicking his ass. Keep up with injects best I can. No amulets and no instant storms. And I'm going to go ahead and take my 4th at a different spot this time. So, hell, really sloppy there. Didn't get on a 4th when he got onto a 3rd. And then, yeah, I was never able to get on to a 4th, but he pushed out with an army that I could handle as long as I microed out of those storms. Again, creep spread's so important. It's going to make your hydras and roaches that much faster. And if he blows all the storms, Roach Hydra just destroys gateway units. He didn't have too many Archons at that point, and he didn't have any Colossus tech. So, let's see what he was. It's like master level, sort of average-ish. Maybe a little bit below. So go ahead and play another one here. I got a call in the middle of that one, so might have to cut this short at maybe 2 games with my family. All down at the beach already, harassing me to both come down and bring them things that they forgot. So, again, if you haven't checked out my other streaming sessions, a few have music, a few have commentary. I try to give you an idea of what I'm thinking as I play. I know watching streams is really popular, but sometimes people don't really talk during the stream, so you don't know what they're thinking. And again, just going to do my best to push into Masters here, another ZVP, so I'm going to go with the same sort of Roach Hydra build and just be very reactionary to whatever he is doing. Again, Forge Fast Expand, so very popular now. And it seems like Blizzard is making the maps so that you can Forge Fast Expand on all these maps. There are a few where it isn't as good. That one big macro map, just because the Forge and the cannon is so far from your Nexus, but for the most part these maps really good for Forge Fast Expand, so you have to be able to take a third really fast and or tech to take advantage of the fact that they won't have much tech getting it on a fast expansion themselves. So again, Drone Scout going out around 13 or 14, and along with the Overlord should be able to find him quickly and then react to what he's doing. I was able to drone up really hard in that last game, just because I did see him going for the Forge Fast Expand. And that timing on the probe tells me that he is actually in the upper right-hand corner after the 9 pylon scout. And typically we get that probe around 145, 140 if he's fast. So I'm going to go ahead and go pool first, just in case he does any sort of cannon shenanigans. But I'm going to add my gas a little bit late. And a lot of people go 14-14 map control, not all that important to me. I want to get down that expansion. And he is 2-gating, so I'm going to make sure these 2 gates finish. And I should be well prepared for this with my my fast pool here. I'm now going to get gas and maybe come out with some roaches. Going to do any sort of harassment that I can, and that's going to be shutting down this mining. And that failed, so Queen coming. Going to be going for gas here and going for roaches as well. He's going to try to get us around. Boo-hoo for him. Mineral trick through. So he's chronoing out these gateways hardcore, but not too worried about that. So I'm not really sure how many zealots he's going to be coming with, but I should have enough roaches to take them down. Roaches about to pop. One drone, and should be ready to get down my my expo. Gonna poke up here, see what he's going for now, and looks like he's just now going to be going into a 4-gate. So should have enough time with my my expo going down to defend against this well. This thing seeing everything. And make sure I stay ahead on the overlords and continue to drone up. So he's chronoing out his warp gate tech. With my queen, I'm going to place a tumor just so I have creep heading down here. And then kind of want to drone a little bit, but I want to make sure that I have enough roaches to deal with this as well. Going to invest in speed when I'm able to as well. Help get us around on the stalkers. And we'll be extra safe here and get a spine crawler. So should send out another set of lings just to see when he is actually pushing out. And again, want to make sure I stay on top of my overlords. Roach is very heavy in the food, so you can quickly supply cap yourself if you don't keep up with it. So he did have double gas, so I'm not sure whether he'll be going for like a DT 4-gate. Gonna go ahead and get an echo chamber just in case. And this looks actually pretty scary. And if speed was kicked in at this point, we'd be really set, but since it hasn't, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to... Oh, shit, I missed speed. Alright, so we can try to cut this guy off as best we can. And looks like we're are going to be able to do that. So now I'm going to tech up, drone up. Make sure I get down a spore crawler. Add some gas. And I still want to make sure that he is not coming out for like another big push. If he is, you need to be able to defend against it. Sometimes when a player's push fails like this, they decide the only way they can really recover is to, kind of go all in again. But once I get speed, I'm going to suicide in there and see if I can see if he's got an expo. I don't have good overlord position. So going to want to make sure that I continue to move those guys in position. Going to get another queen here and do overlord speed as well. So I should be ahead. I didn't take many losses when he pushed out to attack. So really it's just going to be about scouting what he's got going. Alright. So want to continue to spread creep through here. Just going to go with my mostly normal Roach Hydra. Gonna get Roach Speed. Need to take a third now that he is on, or will be on 2 bases shortly. Stay ahead on Overlords. And now about time to pump some army. I went for armor first, just because it's more universally used. If he was going to come with another attack, it would be good for my lings. And third's going to be pretty far away. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and saturate it in just a few seconds. And there is the what's it called? The observer in my base.
We require more minerals.
And time for a sacrificial overlord, see what tech route is going.
We require more minerals.
Looks like Colossus tech.
Are under attack. The high cluster is under attack.
And I don't think he has any Colossus yet. We shall see though. I don't have creep spread between the bases yet, so it's going to be a bit of a problem when I use my my lower portion hatchery here. But really, I just want to max out faster than him. I do have my Spire going up, so I'm going to be able to react to whatever he's doing here, no problem. I want to see how many, wow, he's double pumping Overseers. So I'm definitely going to want, to not only both engage on creep so I can get a decent spread, but I also need to get corruptors out. With my initial army, I just want to take down all of his colossi. And I'm going to do that with a ton of corruptors. I'm just going to wait for my roaches to pop out here. Connect some creep. So I'm going to take down the gold. That'll be my next base. Continue with the upgrades. And I've got way more corruptors than he can really handle at this point. Got 9. And he's starting his own third. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put a stop to that with my lings. We'll see if he's got any cannons here yet. He does, so or max out with Hydras here, and then push out. And go ahead and get a infestation pit as well, just so I'm ready to get my next set of upgrades when I can. And really want to engage on creep here, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Alright, he's going to allow it to happen. I'm remaxing as fast as I can here. I've got a shitload of roaches coming. He's got no, he's got no, excuse me, Colossus, so gonna remax with Hydra. And economy's hurting a little bit. This gold should be up and running shortly, and transfer some uranium, so I got full saturation on that. But I think I just killed its whole army, so should be good to go to really push out here shortly. Just need to make sure I get creep spread. Go ahead and get my hive tech. And again, going to have a very difficult time pushing out here without creep spread, so I want to continue to get creep up and running. So, gonna go ahead and get up a late game tech here. I think I'm gonna go ultras. And he is pushing out once again towards the center. And gonna get a greater spire as well. Make sure I definitely engage on creep. And move the remax quickly. And I think at this point it's just okay to go for the throat and go right for his main and natural here. I know he has the space, but I'm not too concerned with it. What the fuck? Oh shit. I got +1 instead of greater spire. Alright, well, it won't matter too much. These guys. Oh, alright. So, another win against the Protoss player. Pretty much par for the course. Nobody really gets on a third fast enough. I was able to get on all those bases in the southwest without him really doing anything. But again, haven't played in a few days, so everything was sort of slipping there, but I thought the tech switch to ultras, or the eventual Tier 3 up to ultras, was a good move. He was mostly going for stalkers and colossi. Didn't have any archons, didn't have any immortals, so that was good. As you can see, graphs. It's actually a resource collection that's going pretty well for the most part. Is even with me, but I got in some better engagements. I was on creep almost every time I attacked, so I was able to get pretty good concaves. I had a ton of corruptors that were able to take down his colossi. So, I mean, he had to basically try to babysit his colossi, and he kept remaking them, even though I had all those corruptors, and the corruptors almost lasted me the entire game. I made about 10 or 11 to start, and you know, I didn't need to make many more besides that. So a little bit disappointed I didn't get Greater Spire and Broodlords, because Broodlord Ultra, along with some nice Roach Hydra mix, would have been really good and fun there in the end. But let's check out the ladder standings here. I think I just used up most of my bonus pool for the most part. I can't really catch that guy. He's played about 300 games, where I've played not that many, I guess 52. So 32 and 20. I guess I'll play one more. My family and the beach can wait, as I like to play 2 or 3 games. And then I'll go ahead and throw this up on YouTube. Again, I'll be away for a week, so don't cry on my channel about not seeing anything. And if you are looking for lessons or anything, replay analysis, email me at matronfc@yahoo.com. I've had a lot of success recently with a few students. One guy started out, he was bronze when he was last playing, and we went into some basics. Now he's playing up at gold and platinum. So yeah, he's doing a pretty nice job. Happy with that. So if you're looking to improve your game, definitely an option. We have a ZDZ here, so I'm going to go ahead and send my Overlord to Z North. So ZBZ, probably my most difficult matchup. Last season I had about a 60% win chance against both Terran and Protoss. And against Zerg I had about a 40% win chance. So it really kept me from, really progressing on the ladder. So this season, trying a few new builds, some things that are a little bit more concrete. The first one I've been trying is a +1 Ling attack, and that can be very good against hatch first builds, against early Roach builds, but it does not do so hot against Banelings. So if somebody goes for early Banelings, yeah, +1 Lings shut down quickly. So going to go ahead and do a 14 gas here. And do 15 pool, and then 15 Evo chamber. And we'll try the +1 and see how it goes. I want to time the +1 to finish right at the same time as speed does. A little bit late on my spawning pool. You want to be so exact at the very start here with your build. It's not there, because every second counts. You know, if you can get to his base as his Banelings are coming out, or as his, just he has 1 or 2 roaches rather than 4 or 5, can make a huge deal. This build is sort of clunky in that at 16 here, I wait, I don't build much of anything, because I've got to start both my upgrades. And he is going to scout me, which usually means bad things for me, because he's probably going to go Banelings when he scouts here. So going to go Queen, and we'll go Overlord as well. And he might not have actually made it in deep enough to see. Okay, now he's definitely going to see. And as soon as the gas comes, I'm going to pull off gas and just focus on economy. Again, that started about 50 seconds before the speed did. So they're going to finish up about the same time. But again, that's going to be later than anybody who goes for a standard 14-14 themselves. And right now, his Queen will be up if he went for a 14-14. So I want to make sure that I am guarding against that, or I don't die to the Queen, is what I meant. You also want to make sure that you're staying on top of things like Overlords with this build. Like I just had a set of larva pop, but I'm not able to produce Lings with all of them because I supply block myself. queen definitely helps to stream out a lot of lings. So both my speed is about to finish, and so is my +1. And if he doesn't have banelings, I should be okay. Now he's playing really risky. And I'm going to take down a ton of drones, at the very least. And I'm also going to take down his spawning pool. So right now, the fact that he didn't go Baneling Nest really hurts him. This build absolutely destroys most things that don't have Baneling Nest. And at some point, I'm going to have to take on the spine crawlers there, but first I want to try to take on the lair and have enough lings that I can just overwhelm anything else he goes for. So hatchery, and he's going to be really late. He's going to have to get another spawning pool out. I need overlords. Don't want to lose any lings to those broodlings. So once I get enough lings, I think once these guys hit the field, I will go ahead and take on these spine crawlers. And here we go. So +1 is really strong on lings. They do 6 damage instead of 5, so basically a 20% increase. And still really sloppy on my build for the most part, but something that works. Again, fast banelings. If he saw the evolution chamber, he should have known +1 was coming. Immediate baneling nest and block off those queens, have a few banelings, I would have been toast. I would have had to pull back. He would have been able to drone up very hard, get up to roaches, have a much better economy, faster second, but he did not. So if you ever see somebody with an early evolution chamber, get a baneling nest. But most people at my level go for roaches. They make just enough lings to defend at the start. And ZBZ is all about build order against build order. Let's see what he was. Again, if he goes fast expand, I'm going to have +1 lings, and he can stream out as many lings as he wants, but my guy's doing 20% more damage, which means if I have 10 lings and he has 10 lings, I end that battle probably with 4 or 5 lings, just because I eliminate his so much faster. So, I mean, it's a huge, huge deal, that +1. And if he has roaches, at that point he'd probably have maybe 4 or 5 roaches. If you have 25 lings, and 25 lings is what, about 10 eggs worth of lings, maybe 12 times 50, so about 600 minerals. And I guess 600 minerals would be about 8 roaches. I mean, you can definitely take down almost even amounts with those +1 lings. They chew through the armored roaches pretty well. So that's the build I've been going. Sort of cheesy. If they counter, I'm in trouble and I'm behind, but if they don't, a lot of quick wins. Again, another Masters League player. And I think I'm going to have to leave you for there. I have packing and a 7-hour drive ahead of me down to North Carolina. So I am 33-20 this season, hopefully making my way into Masters League. Again, check out my other streams. Email me if you are looking for coaching or anything like that. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Take care.